Hello everybody and welcome back. Similar to the previous videos, in this section we're going to be focusing towards creating another model class which is going to be responsible for actually modeling a chat inside of our application. So by a chat, what do I mean? Well, if I go to my Firebase project, I go back to the completed version of our project, click on Firestore database. By a chat, I just refer a single chat document which contains information regarding all of the messages inside of that chat, as well as some other information such as the members of the chat. Is that chat a group chat, and is somebody in the chat actively typing right now, denoted by the is activity flag. So that we have an understanding of what we are going to be modeling, let's get into it and let's see how we're going to be doing it. So I'm going to close my chat message and chat user class. I'm going to also close my main.dart file. I'm going to go to my models directory. I'm going to create a new file and I'm going to call it chat.dart. With this, I'm going to then go to my chat.dart file, and here I'm going to import the two models that I require, which are going to be a part of this. The first model is going to be our chat user model, and then the second model is going to be .. and then it's going to be again models and our chat message model, because as you know, our actual chat class is going to have a list of members inside of it, which are going to be a list of chat users, and then we're also going to have a list of messages inside of it. Each message is going to be an instance of a chat message, hence we'll have a list of chat messages as well. With this, I'm going to create the class, and I'm going to say that our class is going to be called the chat. Our class is going to have some properties. Firstly, we'll have a property which is going to be the UID of our message. Then we'll have a final string, and then I'm going to have the current user ID. So the current user UID means what user is currently logged inside of our application, and we're going to save that inside of our chat as well. Then with this, I'll also have a final Boolean value for activity. So is there some activity happening inside of our chat, like somebody typing? Then also have a Boolean for group. So is our chat a group chat? Then I'll have a final, and this is going to be a list of chat users, and this is going to be called members. Then we'll also have a list of chat message, and this is going to be called messages. This is not going to be final because this might change. And then we'll have a late final list of chat user, and this is just going to be another list, which is going to be a list of recipients. So it's just going to be a list of chat users, but it's just not going to include the ID of the user, or it's not going to include the user who is currently logged in on the device. And why we need it, I'll describe it later. But this is going to be a late variable, so I'll just add a space in between. With this, I'm going to create the constructor for my class, and inside of the constructor, we'll all have just named arguments. So the first argument that we're going to be requiring is going to be required this.uid. Then with this, we'll also have a required this.current user ID. We'll also have a required of this.members, so we'll require the members. We'll also have a required for this.messages. Even the messages can say, can change. We are still going to take some initial messages into our chat constructor when we create it. Then we'll have these this.activity, and then we'll have required, and then this.group. And then with this, what I'm going to do is that I am going to add a comma at the end, and then I'm going to come down. I'm going to add these curly brackets to our constructor, and inside of my constructor, I'm going to say that we're going to perform an operation as well when our actual chat class is constructed. The operation is going to be that we're going to set our recipients list to a list which is going to include all of the members, excluding the member whom is currently logged into the actual device. And I'm going to say members.where, and I'm going to say that for each of the member that we get, and that is going to be given to us by a variable _i, I'm going to say that _i.uid is not equal to current user ID. So what this means basically is it's saying that you need to go to the members list, iterate over it, and for every member that you come across, return them if their UID is not equal to the current UID. And then once you have all of those members, just take that and make that into a list. And then that list is going to be put into our recipients variable. And with this, I'm going to remove this straggling parenthesis, and I'm going to do command save. Now that this is done, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create a list of chat user, and I'm going to say that this is going to be a function. So this function is going to return a list of chat users, and it's going to be called recipients, and it'll basically just return us our recipients list, just a convenience method. With this, I'm going to also return another method, which is going to be a method that will return the title for our actual chat, and this is going to be a ternary statement. So I'm going to say if it is not a group chat, then what I want you to do is that I want you to take the recipients.first.name. So if it's not a group chat, then we know that our recipients list is just going to have just one other member inside of it, because a recipients list doesn't include the current member that we're logged in as. So we're going to go to a recipients list, we're going to take the first member, and we're going to return their name. But if it turns out to be the case that it is a group chat, then we'll go to our recipients list, we'll iterate over it using the map function. We'll take each of the user, and we're going to return their name by doing user.name. And then what we'll do is that we'll join all of these strings together, and in between them we'll add a comma like this, and then a space, and do semicolon at the end, and do command save. And then finally, I'm going to add another string method, which is going to return a string, and this will return an image URL for our actual chat. And this is going to say that if the same logic, if it's not a group chat, then what we'd like to do is that we'd like to go to our recipients array. We're going to take the first recipient, and then we'll return their image URL. And if that's not the case, then we're just going to take this very generic image of a group that I got from the internet, and we're just going to return the URL for it like this. You can get the actual link to it from our GitHub repo, since it's quite a big link. And then we are going to do command save. And then with this, our utility class is done now. So we have a model class for modeling our chat as well. So with that, I'm going to end this video here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.